Train the muscles, not the joints.
Now the thing is with bicep curls is that a lot of times people think you have to go from here, like from the bottom, and you have to go all the way up to the top. And that is a bicep curl. But depending on how your muscle attachments work and stuff, you may notice that when you start to do this, you start to get a lot of front delt involvement. And this can be exacerbated by, say a labral tear like I have, or say you have a rotator cuff tear, or any sort of shoulder issue, like say some sort of labral issue. Sometimes what will happen is that you'll start jamming the shoulder as you come up. But one thing I found, even before I had my hockey injury, I found that just keeping the elbows back and just doing this worked much better in order for me to get a good bicep pump. And it took the shoulders out of the movement. So one thing you have to ask yourself is, how are you going to manifest more intensity on the bicep? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be strict. That's the other problem that people run into. They're like, oh, if the exercise is not strict, then that means it's not working the muscle. Well, that's not necessarily true. Sometimes by not being strict, you could put more weight on the muscle, and you can use a tiny bit of momentum to get past a certain sticking point and then put that stress on the muscle in a different part of the range of motion. So the one thing I found was that by doing this and even using a little bit of momentum at the bottom, right, and sometimes leaning over the bar, I found that I got a lot more stress on the bicep. So this is something for you to experiment around with. But a lot of times I keep the elbows back and just keep curling, right, until it burns like hell. And I find that sometimes that's the best thing. Now, when you're using lighter weights from time to time, maybe you'll find that coming forward just helps finish something off, because the bicep does help with anteriorly lifting the shoulders, right, or the arms, sorry. So basically, when you lift the arms like this a little bit, yeah, you might get a little bit of a squeeze. But ideally, I say, when you want to just really stress the bicep, you keep that elbow more at the side and just curl that weight right to failure. So I'm just going to start with the bar here, right? And I keep a bend at the bottom. I don't straighten the arms because I want to keep constant tension on the bicep. I feel like bending over a little bit is more effective for me. But you might find it different, right? I got short arms. I'm probably built differently than you are. See, I let my body move freely. Like, a lot of people think they have to be in a straitjacket, and somehow that helps them be more effective on the bicep. I find it works against me. If I'm too strict, I don't allow the body to move, kind of to flow, I find I get way more intensity on the muscle doing that. And I get way more results. Like, I knew back in the day, when I was 20 years old and had a decent set of arms on me, there was this one trainer in the gym who had no muscular development, right? None. The guy was like an ex-fat guy. He had some good calves on him, but he had nothing else. And he would always make fun of me. He'd say, oh, you're not coming up all the way in your bicep curls, you're cheating. Oh, you'll never get biceps like that, It's just genetics, everything that you have, right? But the truth is that he was trying to justify his lack of results because he was too married to his strict form training, even though it wasn't working for him. So you have to flow a little bit rather than just being so married to how an exercise has to be done no matter what. If it's not producing the result and you're not feeling like that muscle's not hitting absolute failure, then obviously there's something that you can do to change that up. And sometimes it's a deviation from being so damn strict, right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say to you guys today. I just wanted to give you a short little kind of tutorial on how I barbell curl. And yeah, I use heavy weights some days, and some days I use light weights. And you play around with this. And I do find there's a great benefit to mixing up those rep ranges, not always doing heavy or not always doing light. but playing around with the rep ranges, right? So make sure you change that up as well, right? Because you're going to get different benefits from different rep ranges. Mountain. So yeah, I hope this helps out your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now.